saying?
We're not at Keen Ramps World headquarters.
Nope.
We're doing very much YouTuber activities.
The reason we came here is because this is a brand new skate park. I thought it'd be interesting to get Corey, a ramp builder's perspective on this new park that's getting so much hype right now. And to be fair, personally, every time there's a new park, it gets a lot of hype because it's new. I wanted to know Corey's perspective.
Yeah, so I'm not a concrete ramp builder.
No, but you have experience building ramps, so we can sit here and like kind of talk about the pros and the cons and pick apart the flaws.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I have a lot of experience putting courses together,
Yeah.
whether they're permanent or they're temporary for like a activation or an event that we do. So I do have some criticisms, if you will, about flow, and then there's some little things about like just transition, coping, bumps, steepnesses, things like that. So we're just gonna get into some of that nitty gritty, and we're also gonna skate it, obviously. I haven't skated a down rail in like years, maybe.
Let's take a lap and like, you know, on the way we can talk about different obstacles.
All right. Okay, so here, they're just like 3 foot tall quarters.
Yeah.
They are on a slightly tighter transition. Typically, skate parks have between like a 7 and an 8 foot radius. I think this is closer to 6 or 6.5, which is nice because you can lock in blunts and feebles a little better. You can launch out a little better. They don't really give a crazy amount of speed when you drop in off of them to hit all of this going on over here.
Yeah.
But they made up for it with the tombstone thing in the middle. I have some qualms about it a little bit.
Yeah, you were saying it's like 3 different surfaces put into one.
It's kind of like the bottom transition of these quarter pipes.
Yeah.
It matches that center tombstone.
Yeah.
But then it kind of goes into a bank. So you kind of feel radius, flat, and then you kind of hit transition again as you get to like the top foot.
Yeah.
So it's a little wonky for tricks. Like it took me probably like 5 or 6 tries at it to just comfortably like axle stall it. And I was like, what's going on? But it's because you have all those kinks of the different surfaces. So I'm not crazy about that. I'm also not crazy about like the arch tombstone top.
Sure.
It's just, I don't know, it kind of just throws off your tricks and your stalls. Granted, you can still do everything under the sun on it.
Yeah.
I'm just not crazy about it.
If you look here, even on the side, you can kind of tell how it like, you know, it's got the transition here. And I think the reason it's so flat here and like a bank is probably because they wanted to like cut it into this quarter so it sets in a little bit. And then you can kind of see it comes up to a little bit more transition. So I see what he's saying. Let's talk about these bank ramps here, leading away from this quarter.
Okay, so yeah, after you come down this quarter or the extension, as most modern day skate parks have, you got to bump the bar.
Yeah.
And then you got a Euro. The ride-on grind is pretty cool, and it's on par with like, you know, what's trending. Like people like ride-on grinds. So
right.
That's great. And then you have the pull jam, which is kind of cool.
That's a cool feature because you don't really see too many of those.
I really like that because it's easy to get a feel for it out of the bank.
Yeah.
But then after you do that a few times and you're warmed up, it's not bad. It's like a good trainer to get you to do it without
go backwards.
Exactly.
And go back into it.
So I like it for that. These wedges, a little steep in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they should have brought them out maybe another like 18 inches.
Dude, yeah, what is that with like, we were talking about that on the way here, like parks have been doing this thing. There's this trend in skate park building right now where they build these really small, tight bumps. And I mean, I would imagine it's to emulate curb cuts or
real street spots.
Sure.
Essentially.
We come from the era of like giant simple session bank ramps.
Yeah.
So I kind of personally miss that aspect of skate parks.
I also am one, like, it's either gritty and raw and has imperfections, aka street spot.
Yeah.
Or just make it perfect. You made it for skating.
Right.
Just make this a little, like, nollie is kind of out the door now. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I love, like, nollie crooking, nollie boarding, bump to bars.
Yeah.
But it's too quick for it, so it kind of just eliminates that option.
Yeah.
These should have not been as tight and should have extended a little further.
Yeah, you want it to give you some actual launch.
And it's weird seeing this in a skate park setting, because if this was at a street spot, if this was a bump to, let's say, a bench,
Yeah.
or some type of like handrail in the streets, you'd be hyped. Because
Yeah.
you're like, cool, a smooth, not too jarring bump.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
But here, where we expect everything to be perfect, I would expect it to be a little more forgiving for the skater.
Oh my God. See, that's a problem with
Yeah.
the bump. It's just
Real
like quick.
Yeah, I like tried to compensate for it and it got in my head. Way too quick.
You fully missed pop.
I'll try it once more, but that feels like it's not meant for that. It's not happening.
Yeah. That ramp doesn't really give you the speed for that either. So I feel like you would have to ride in and then very quickly set up nollie.
True.
Not favorable. All right, let's talk about this like little section, because I want to know your thoughts. Personally, I don't really have a lot of qualms with this other than like the Euro.
I love this. I love how simple it is. Like, they literally just put a box on top of this very long pyramid structure, and then it creates a nice stair set.
Yeah.
It's like all skate parks, in my opinion, should have like a, call it a 3 or a 4, maybe a small 5 stair.
That's like the big stair of the park.
Yeah, I guess like a little bit of like a qualm. As much as I like the fact that this blends into this like elevated stage and then like the opportunity for a stair, in my eyes it lends itself to trick up the Euro manual, clear the stair.
Sure.
But the stair's a little bit big for that.
Yeah.
To where you got to kind of be cooking, which means like you have to come off of that big tombstone to get the speed, or you're coming off of the little ones with like a lot of, you're rolling in down to get all the speed for it. So I kind of just wish that this stair set was scrunched up a little bit more to open up the door for more manual tricks.
Okay, so I do have some thoughts on this, and they're mostly positive ones. So I like the space from deck to ramp, and in the fact of that it's like the same size as the actual ramp, but I wish the ramp was just bigger. I mean, it's the same qualm that we're having with this bump to bar here. But overall, the fact that this setup is like incorporated into the actual run of the park, and it's not just like a giant platform in the corner of the park. Because I feel like a lot of times you'll just have like a platform where this big stair and big rail is,
True.
So I like how it's incorporated in the flow of
it
the park.
connects to everything else.
Yeah.
Whereas typically the stair sets we're seeing at parks are just like a one and done.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just have to go up there so you can skate it to come down.
Yeah.
But this, you skate. I like that you skate through it. I like also the out ledges. I feel like we get a lot of hubbas at parks, but we don't get a lot of out ledges.
And I love that they like made them kickers.
Yeah.
So it's like you not only do you have like the ride on grind ability, but then you also have just like a fun straight kicker. These are perfect banks for the scale of this platform.
Yes, exactly. These banks should also be on that side.
I want those banks there so bad.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's still very fun. This is like a cutting edge skate park in my eyes. I can't really put my finger on who built it.
It looks just like Spawn Ranch, honestly.
I feel like it's a blend of like Spawn meets like a grind line. Ledge and flat bar. The height, in my opinion, is just right.
Yeah.
It's like that sweet spot of like 11 to 13 inches, which I think most people, that's what they really like, It's like good for nollie, good for switch. These are long. I even like how the backside, for whatever reason, has this sort of like coffin shape.
Yeah, we'll see maybe this will be concrete over here and you can skate that side.
I have heard rumblings from some of the locals around here that this also is going to be a part of the skate park, and there might be a big bowl over there. And then I heard that there was a rendering with like a half pipe, like an above ground.
Oh shit, okay.
So we'll see what else happens here. But yeah, great box. Great flat bar, nice and long.
They don't even need to say anything. It's like so self-explanatory. Like, it's perfect.
Those are perfect. The ground is smooth. They're right in the middle. If you're skating these, you're not really getting in anybody's way.
And to be honest, sorry, I keep interrupting you. Sorry, you can roast me in the comments. I keep interrupting Corey. But dude, a good skate park needs a good box and a good flat bar, and ones that are long.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the foundation of everything that you're going to do here.
Yes.
If you're going to skate the bump to hubba, if you're going to skate the down ledge, the rail down the stairs, it's like you got to figure it out on these first.
Yeah.
So it's like any skate park that ignores a good flat bar and a good just long flat ledge is kind of blowing.
Let's talk about the hip.
The hip, in my opinion, is perfect.
Let's go over there.
Honestly, like one of the best hips I've ever seen on a skate park. It's got height to it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the skate parks, they'll be like mid-thigh.
Yeah.
And you'll be cooking in them, and you basically, with all that momentum, you go too far.
Yeah, you like clear it. It's like a fatty to flatty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like a full 90, and the fact that it's kind of high, it's a little bit on the steeper side, but you can kind of fling anything at any speed.
Yeah.
And pull it off. If you want to go huge, you could pop over here and gap like 10 feet onto the other side. It's going to look great.
Yeah.
If you want to go really slow and just go right over the corner, it's good for that too. Like,
yeah. I mean, this is how hips should be, dude. Like, a lot of the hips are too small in height, and they're just too like mellow. You need some steepness to a hip.
This is like one of the best hips I've ever seen. And it looks nice.
Yeah. It's in a good position on the park too. Like, it's not, again, tucked in a corner. It's like in line with the flow of the park. So you're going to hit all this and then be able to hit this while running into that.
Yeah, this is great. I also love that they put like the little baby manual pad. And I also like that they didn't cut it off at a traditional box like 90.
Oh, true.
Because
Yeah.
now they're not impeding on the access on both ends.
True.
They, like,
That's a good point.
They thought of that where, okay, if you land something short with not a lot of speed and you need to come off kind of more central, you're not hitting the edge of a box.
Yeah.
So I like that they did that. And again, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Making our way into the impact section, as they call it.
The stunt section.
Yeah. 4 stair with a really, really nice rail.
Yeah.
Like, the height is just right. It looks big-ish and intimidating. Like, you know, it has like mini handrail vibes at the skate park, like you want to see. But it's very playful and it's not too steep, so it's gonna lend itself for like seeing shit out.
Yeah.
Seeing 270s and kickflips. The stair is cool. I think it's a little too similar to the other stair here. Going to a skate park, I like to see different options, right?
Yeah.
I want to see like a baby stair, and I want something a little bigger. So this is a 4 stair that's approximately like a little above knee high.
Yeah.
Whereas that over there is a 3 block. They're slightly larger.
They're kind of the same
they're
size.
Kind of the same.
Yeah.
I wish that was like the smaller one, as I was saying.
Oh,
to where
true.
You could get the manual tricks up and
Yeah.
then easily make it over them at the end. And I feel like this one maybe should have been just like a little bit bigger. Dude, you've done like 3 tricks first try.
I was gonna do 5-0, but then he just tried it. The thing that, like, the one thing I don't like right now is that for backside, when I drop in up there, it's putting me at like a way harsher angle than I like to do for backside.
Is that other transition, like the side, pushing you funny?
No, it's just where you drop in. You drop in going at like a 10, 15 degree angle.
Oh, okay.
I would rather go like parallel for backside. That's
Gotcha.
like kind of how I like it. This section is pretty standard, typical for all skate parks you're gonna see in Southern California. But the thing that I really hate, and I don't know why they keep doing this, like if you make skate parks, I don't know, don't do this. Like, make the stair and the rail like symmetrical together. Like, why does the rail extend way the fuck out past the stair? I can see people saying like, oh, well, yeah, but so people can skate the stair. Okay, we have that over there. We don't need 2 of these. So either make this rail like a little bit shorter and bring the stair a little longer, or just bring this stair all the way out. You still have enough speed to skate like a long gap right here. I'm like, other than that, the rail is like a perfect height and like it's very playful, but I just don't personally like the mismatch of lengths when it comes to stairs and handrails and skate parks. Oh God! Fuck. Jesus Christ! All right, I'm good on that.
That was a great way to close out your handrail section.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I was gonna back 5L, but I'm just like, I can't get the angle.
Another thing I'll say about this whole Badunka situation back here, it holds people really well. Like, you have a bunch of people standing on the center quarter, but then you have the people up top. Really nice. That was also really nice. This maybe could have been a cool double set. This could have been like a...
Oh,
you know
true.
How Chevy has that...
Yes.
Two flat two.
Yes.
And it's just stretched. At the end of the day, it's like skating a 6 stair.
Yeah.
This maybe could have lent itself to that.
Yeah.
So, you know, a very minor design flaw,
Yeah.
if you will, but like at the end of the day, it's great. Like these wedges, perfect.
Yeah.
Just like the ones we liked over there that have enough room to.
And they're not like too big either, so you could like really kind of play with the hubba and play with the bump to ledge. It's nice. No way.
So this thing, I really like. I like that they incorporated this up grind here. Like that's fun. And then also, like, there's a lot of options. Like, this is like, you know, a Dan Corrigan wet dream here.
Yeah.
So this is cool because typically most of the skate parks here in LA that, you know, have been built in the last like 10 to 15 years, they kind of just have like a bank at the top.
Or like a quarter or something.
And they're emulating what you see at Street League, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's the impact section with the stage that's like the main starting focal point. And there's usually a bank or a quarter pipe at the top.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's what you use to get speed.
Right.
So I like that they took something that everybody has done the same way forever. And they're like, no, let's make it weird.
Yeah, it's very unique and it presents a lot of like out of the box options.
For sure.
After skating the park, I would like mid 8 out of 10. Like
Mid 8. So like 8.4, 8.5.
Yeah, 8.4 to 8.6 out of 10, dude. It's a good park. But I'm leaving like the 10 out of the 10s for like the best skate park I've ever skated. Like the hometown park you grew up skating. Like that's a 10 out of 10 because like, and it's an opinion. Like I'm basing it off my opinion, right?
Exactly.
But for this park, everything's set up. And here's the one reason I'm not scoring it higher is because there is only one direction. That's
it does get a
direction.
little hectic if like 5 or more people are trying to like get after it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
It's fine with like, there's like what, 15 people here right now? But only like 5 or 6 people are really going for it.
Well, and everyone's kind of taking their turns. Like everyone's waiting for the next person to go.
Yeah,
so,
and everyone here is like, I would say intermediate to advanced level and has like great etiquette.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. So we're in like a good sweet spot and like,
but it's like
the choice of obstacles at the park are really good.
Yeah.
Like they're perfect.
Yeah, the layout's cool. I mean, the other thing that like, one thing that I really respect about this isn't a crazy amount of space.
No.
What is it, like 24 feet wide?
They made great use of the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is so much to do in a relatively small space.
Right.
And there's this.
Yeah, we need to get some lines on this
like
real
this
quick.
is what attracted me here.
Right.
I will say, you know, I've ridden it a few times. It is very tight.
Yeah.
Very smooth, very fast, which is fun. It's a leg burner. I can't get around it more than like 3 times. I start like cramping.
Okay.
But it's fun. So let's get some laps.
All right. Wait. My legs are burning. Yeah, I'm good. 2 times is good.